I was born the daughter of a preacher. Growing up, I loved Sunday school and singing, and my favorite part of church was drinking grape juice and eating crackers for communion. As I grew older, I became the rebellious teenager, hard headed and uninspired. I did well in school, but I also liked to party, spend the night with my girls, shop, date. I was always the most raucous, sometimes downright raunchy one in my crew. Converting to Islam was not an option. Of course, I'd always been exposed to Islam. My niece, who's my age, converted and covered at 12. Every time I saw her dressed like a ninja, I would tell her she was going to hell. I'd also made friends in middle school with this half Algerian, half black girl named Aisha. Aisha was a different kind of Muslim. For starters, she covered her head, but not her face like my niece. Secondly, she was born Muslim. Up until that time, I'd only known converts. Aisha and I spent our time arguing about religion in middle school, and this would continue into high school. She mentioned something about Islam, and I'd respond, the only path to heaven is through Jesus. Without him, men are damned to hell. And Aisha would retort, well, I think that means you're going to hell. How we managed to get on that way without ever assaulting each other is a miracle. In any case, as our junior year moved into full swing, a love for Islam began to settle in my heart. It was unexpected, even to me. Still, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to give up my mini skirts or my hair weave or my fake nails or boys. Plus, I was scared. I didn't know how my parents would react. Would they help me in my new journey? Would they accept me or reject me? I was the daughter of a preacher. In the meantime, I started out hanging out more with the Muslim girls at my school, including Aisha. We have these serious conversations about all kinds of stuff, sometimes. Then one day, I attended Jummah and I was forever changed. I would have converted right then and there if Auntie Flo, she comes around once a month, wasn't visiting. I bought a Quran and read it. I stumbled over the things that didn't make sense, but I connected with the many things that did. I bought a scarf from the local Muslim store, and for the first time, I thought about trading in my mini skirts. I grappled with swapping my hair weave and my micro braids for my real hair covered by a hijab. Then one day, something clicked. I just couldn't leave the house without wearing hijab, but I still hadn't taken my shahada. The first day I wore it, my mom had dropped me off at school, and as soon as she drove off, I slipped it tightly over my head. Soon after, I converted to Islam. You see, I didn't properly understand what it all meant. I figured if I wore a scarf, shirt, some jeans, I was good. Whenever I went, the hijabi police would pounce. Astaghfirullah, sister, that is not hijab. Or my favorite, what's the point, sis? I can see your shape. They were always rude and rarely constructive. Of course, all this being Muslim thing and covering was done outside of my parents' knowledge. They had an inkling I might be Muslim, but I never said it. Of all things, I didn't want to hurt them, but I was hurting so much inside. Then one night, the weight of my secret life and the pain of past hurts took its toll on me. I couldn't keep silent and hide anymore. I couldn't hide myself anymore. And I just started to scream loudly. I imagined that the hurt and the pain was being pushed out of me with each sound of release. I screamed and I screamed, and the screams soon gave way to uncontrollable tears. My frantic parents tried to get me to speak, but I couldn't. So my mother told me to get dressed because she was taking me to the hospital. Before leaving my room, I subconsciously grabbed a scarf and tied it on my head. To this day, I still can't tell you why. After I spoke with the doctor and settled down, the nurse brought my parents in and they asked me, why'd you put that thing on your head? Are you a Muslim now? And I nodded my head, yes. Both offered half hearted words of encouragement. The last thing they wanted was to upset me again. Still, I could look into their eyes and read their thoughts. It was betrayal, it was disappointment, it was hurt. This is not the life they envisioned for me. After all, how could I? I was born the daughter of a preacher.